and you are listening to the summary of Goals by Brian Tracy. Introduction. Brian Tracy dropped out of school when he was 18. He didn't even finish high school. He worked as a dishwasher, janitor, and construction worker. Brian worked in farms, factories, and sawmills. He took any service job he could find. Then he became a salesman. Brian did cold calls and went door-to-door selling. He persevered because if he didn't, he would not have any food and a place to sleep at night. One day, Brian took a piece of paper and wrote down a goal. That is, to earn $1,000 monthly as a salesman. He folded the paper and kept it in his pocket. After 1 month, a great opportunity came in his life. At that time, Brian found a technique on how to triple his sales. He became a very effective salesman. Meanwhile, a rich entrepreneur bought the company and became the new manager. He noticed Brian's performance and gave him a $1,000 a month offer. The task was for Brian to be the leader of the sales team and to teach everyone the technique he was doing so that they could also triple their sales. Brian accepted this new responsibility, and since then, his life was changed. He became a sales manager. He taught the other salesmen to also write their goal on a piece of paper. Brian believed that no matter who you are and where you come from, if you have a clear, specific written goal, then you will achieve it. Brian knows it's true because he has been teaching this technique for many years. Since 1980s, he has been giving workshops, seminars, and training materials for millions of people around the world. They achieved their goals just like Brian did. In this book, you will learn how to realize your true potential. You will learn how to eliminate the negative ideas that bring you down. You will learn how to create your own future and how to bring direction in your life. Most importantly, you will know the power of clear, focused goals. It all starts with you. Right at this moment, you have what it takes. This book of Brian Tracy will help you achieve your goals and become a more effective person. Unlock your potential. Successful people know their goals and they work towards it every day. Here is an amazing fact you need to know. All that you have achieved up to this moment is only a small percentage of your full potential. Like the most successful people you know, you can reach extraordinary success. Keep in mind that it doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is where you're going. Leave the past behind. What's important is now and the next move that you will make. Having clear, specific written goals is your ticket to success. It all starts with your mind. Everything you see around you, computer, smartphone, cars, or anything, started as an idea. Once upon a time, even the internet was only a thought. That is how powerful thoughts are. You can control your life and shape your whole world by the power of your thoughts. The thoughts that dominate your mind define you. Your thoughts become your reality. You become what you think about most of the time. If you ask successful people what they always think about, you would learn that they think about their goals and how to get them most of the time. On the other hand, if you ask unsuccessful people what thoughts fill their mind, they will tell you about their worries, problems, and rejections. They blame other people most of the time. Can you see the difference? Successful people attract what they always think about, that is, why they live a happy and prosperous life. They succeed because they constantly think about success. As long as you have clear goals and you do your best every day, you will attract success. You will be in the right place and at the right time to achieve your goals. If your goal is to work, go home and watch Netflix every night, then you will surely have it. But if your goal is to have a great career, happiness, and extraordinary success, then you will most certainly get it too. The universe does not care much about the level or size of your goals. If you have simple goals, it will be yours. But if you have bigger, life-changing goals, then they will come to you as well. Write your goals on a piece of paper. Make them clear and precise. They have to be measurable. Include the time when you should exactly achieve it. For example, you can write, become senior manager in the next 2 years, or start my own business by the end of the year, or triple my income in the next 6 months. Here is a proof on the effectiveness of clear, written, specific goals. In the 1980s, a study was conducted at Harvard about the importance of goal setting. Students were asked, "Do you have clear written goals and specific plans on how to achieve them?" Only 3% of the participants answered yes. 13% have goals, but they didn't write them. 84% have no clear goals at all. These students just want the school term to end so they can enjoy the summer. 10 years later, the researchers interviewed the same set of participants again. They found out that the students who have goals but didn't write them earn double than those who did not have any goals at all. Amazingly, the 3% who have clear written goals already earn 10 times more than all of the other participants combined. If your goals are to become rich or be happy or have a loving family, they're not enough. In fact, these are not goals. These are only wishes. If your goals are clear, written, and specific, then you would know at once when you have already achieved them. With clear goals, you will never be lost in life. Every move you make has a purpose. Every step you take has a direction. You come closer to your goal each day. You do not waste time or effort doing unimportant things. Remember that life is short. You have got to make the best of it. Take charge of your life. Brian was 21 years old then. He was poor and he was living in a small apartment. He worked as a construction worker. Brian didn't have money to go out at night, so he stayed in his room and thought. It was a cold winter night. Brian shivered as he sat there by the window. Suddenly, a great thought crossed his mind, and it changed his life. Brian was miles away from home. He had no family and no friends to help him. He realized that he had no one to depend on but himself. If he wanted his life to change, then he would have to do it. Everything was up to him. Brian realized that he was the only one responsible for his situation. Many people in their 40s or 50s still blame their parents for being poor or for not getting enough education. They complain about their upbringing and accuse other people for their own failures. They make themselves victims and they cannot move forward in life. Would you choose to be like these people? Would you let yourself become miserable? If you truly want to succeed, then you should let go of all negative emotions. Anger, fear, envy, and insecurity will only bring you down. They will only take away your energy and everything that's good in your life. Once you remove all these negative emotions, you will experience peace, love, happiness, and enthusiasm. Here are ways to get rid of those negative emotions for good. The first way is to stop justifying. It is when you feel the right to be angry or frustrated for some reason. For example, a factory worker is laid off because of declining company sales and economic crisis. The worker becomes angry with his boss, thinking that it is unfair. The boss must have something personal against him. And so, the factory worker decides to sue the company and get even with his boss. As long as he justifies his anger, as long as he thinks that it's right for him to feel this way, the negative emotion will consume him and make his life miserable. But if the factory worker realizes that it's nothing personal and that he's not the first person to be laid off in history, then he will feel better. He should tell himself, well, things like these happen. I better move on and find a new job. Another effective way to let go of negative emotions is to take responsibility. Accept that no one is responsible for your situation but you. If something goes wrong, tell yourself, I am responsible. Because in this way, you can avoid blaming others and you can start bringing solutions. For example, if you are stuck in traffic and you are late for a very important meeting, do not make excuses or justify your anger. Accept that you should have woken up earlier that day. You should have made better preparations. Focus on what you can do about the situation. Here is a fact. The person you blame, the person you're angry with, doesn't care about your emotions. They go to work, eat, sing, and have fun, while you are sitting there being miserable. You are only making your life harder by being angry. Here is a technique that you can apply. Think that you are the CEO of your own life. Take responsibility to be in charge of whatever happens in your career, your relationships, and your finances. Your relationships and your finances. You are the boss. Make the decisions that will earn you more income, let you grow, expand, and reach your full potential. Create your own future. What is the quality that the greatest leaders in history have? That is, they have a clear vision. They know what they want and they know how to get it. Leaders are future-oriented, while non-leaders are past-oriented. Leaders can visualize their future for the next several years while making good decisions in the present. By always thinking about their goals, they move towards them every day. Non-leaders, meanwhile, are burdened by the past. They always think about regrets and mistakes that they cannot change anymore. Non-leaders cannot see beyond what's in front of them. They only see problems and short-term pleasures. The moment you begin to think like a leader, you will act and succeed like a leader. The only obstacle which keeps you from achieving your goals is your self-limiting beliefs. You may think that you lack money, talent, intelligence, creativity, skills, guts, or good looks. But try to imagine that you have everything you need in life. Imagine that you have all the money in the world. Think what you would become 5 years from now. Think about your work life. If nothing is impossible, what would you be doing? What kind of skills would you have? What level would you be in your career? Think about your finances. If the sky is the limit, how much would you be earning? What kind of lifestyle would you have? How much would you have in the bank? Think about your relationships. Who would you be with 5 years from now? How would your family life be if the future is perfect? This is how successful people think. They see no obstacles. They see no limits to what they can achieve. They have no excuses, no insecurities, and no reasons for not achieving anything. The only question for them is, how? High achievers do not think, if only I have this or if only I have that. They always find a way to reach their goals. When they want something, they think, how can I get it? And they take action. It's as simple as that. They have no baggage and no drama in life. That is why high achievers always move forward. Clarify your values. Leaders and successful people clearly know who they are and what they stand for. They have solid, unshakable values. Average people, meanwhile, are confused about their values and goals. That's why they don't accomplish anything. Your values are the core of your personality. They define you. Your life on the outside, whether you're honest or kind or patient, reflects the values you hold on to. If you have clear values, you will be more effective as a person. There are 5 levels of personality. You can also see yourself as an onion with many layers. At the very core, at the very center, are your values. The next layer after that are your beliefs. Your values are the reason behind your beliefs about yourself and about the world. If you have positive values, such as generosity and compassion, you will believe that people deserve to be treated with those values. The third layer of your personality is your expectations. Having positive values forms your belief that you are a good person. Because of that, you also expect good things to happen. And so, you always see the good in every person and any situation you encounter. The fourth layer is your attitude. It is made up of your values, beliefs, and expectations. For example, if you hold the value that the world is a good place to be in, you will believe that success is within your reach, and you will expect that the experiences you have every day are bringing you closer to your goals. The result is that you have a positive attitude towards people, and they also respond with positivity towards you. If you are always happy and optimistic, people will naturally be attracted to you. They would want you to be on their side. People would want to work with you and help you in any way they can. That is why you will succeed more if you have a positive attitude. The fifth layer or the outermost layer of your personality is your actions. They are the ultimate reflection of all the layers you have inside. If you succeed, it is because of your values, beliefs, expectations, and attitude. It isn't because of luck or destiny. If you fail, you need to go back to your values. Ask yourself, am I being true to my values? Am I truly living based on the values I have? The reason why you fail, why you're unhappy, stressed, negative, and frustrated is because your values do not align with your lifestyle. As Stephen Covey says, before you climb up the ladder of success, make sure that it is leaning against the correct building. Determine your true goals. We can summarize everything you learnt in this book in just one word. That is, clarity. Successful people are clear on who they are and what they want. It's like they have a blueprint to achieve their goals. They have a clear idea of how to go on with life. Average people, meanwhile, are like dogs chasing cars in the middle of the street. They go here and there without accomplishing anything valuable. See the difference? When you have clarity, you have a direction. You will not get lost. You will not waste time or effort on things that are not aligned with your goals. Every day and every task brings you closer to success. You need to have intense desire to achieve your goals. That is why they must be entirely personal. Do not pursue goals that other people have chosen for you. Do not aim for something just because you want to please the person you love. Here comes the big question. What do you really want to do with your life? Have you figured it out? Here are some ideas to guide you. They will help you bring more clarity to your goals. Right now, maybe you have a vague vision of what you want. You can start with general goals and move further into more specific goals. Ask yourself, first, what are your 3 most important goals in your career right now? Second, what are the 3 most important goals in your finances right now? Third, what are your 3 most important goals in your relationships right now? It is best to write them on a piece of paper. You will see just how clear and simple goal setting can be. As you think about your goals, you probably also thought about your worries. Maybe you begin to write words on the paper, then scratch them because of some concerns. You can also write your problems and daily worries down. What bothers you? What is keeping you from getting what you want? Now here's a technique that will help you eliminate these worries easily and quickly. Are you familiar with the concept of Occam's razor? William of Ockham is a British philosopher who created this method of problem solving many centuries ago. Occam's razor simply says that the simplest and most straightforward solution with the least number of steps is usually the best solution to any problem. People often make things more complicated than they really are. They make problems bigger and harder to solve. But that is just time-consuming and ineffective. Use the Occam's razor to solve any problem in your life. For example, many salesmen ask Brian Tracy about how they can double their income. He just tells them, what is the quickest and most direct way for you to increase your earnings? The salesmen provide various complicated answers, but Brian only sees one clear and straightforward solution. That is, double the hours you spend interacting personally with your best prospects. These are the people who would likely buy from you. If you spend more time focusing on your most valuable clients, then you will increase your sales. Here is a fact. The average salesman spends 90 minutes every day talking with prospects. But the number 1 agent spends twice or thrice that amount. The highest paid salesman plans his schedule so that majority of his time is spent with VIP clients. And because of that, he earns more. Now you may ask, how can I double my productivity? Have you ever heard of the 80-20 principle? According to the economist Wilfredo Pareto, 80% of your best output only comes from 20% of your best input. When at work, most people multitask. They think that this makes them more productive because they are busy with so many things. But is this really effective? For example, when you get to the office, you check emails, make some calls, do paperwork, go here and there and chat with your colleagues. Then it's already lunchtime and you haven't done anything relevant yet. 80-20 principle says, focus on the most important task. Only 20% of all your tasks bring you the majority or 80% of your results. So if you prioritize that 20%, if you invest more time and effort on your most important task, then you will be several times more productive. See, with the Occam's razor and 80-20 principle, you can solve all your problems, multiply your income and productivity in the shortest amount of time. Another thing you need to remember is that high achievers do not wait. They do not sit there doing nothing. Take action, make your move, get going. You need to have that sense of urgency. Every second is valuable. You have to spend it on the right things. This technique will be very helpful to you. Imagine that you only have 6 months to live. Imagine that the doctor told you that you have a terminal illness and you will drop dead 6 months from now. What would you do? Where would you go? There you would most likely see clarity. Having 6 months to live, you would only focus on the most important people and things in your life. No one with only 6 months to live will say, "Well, I better sit at my desk and organize my emails." Conclusion. In this book, you learned about goal setting. You need to have clear, specific written goals to succeed. You learned how to unlock your potential. Thoughts are powerful. If you think about what you want most of the time, then you will attract it and get it. You learned how to take charge of your life. Stop justifying and take responsibility. You are the CEO of your own life. Whatever happens is entirely up to you. You learned about the 5 layers of personality. Your values are at your very core. They determine your beliefs, expectations, attitude, and actions. Always remain true to your values. You learned about the Occam's razor and the 80-20 principle. The simplest solution is the correct answer. The most important task brings you the biggest results. Do you now understand how important goals are? They are essential to succeed in life, no matter who you are and what your background is. If you have clear goals, you can live the life you have always wanted. You can be the person you've always wanted to be. Nothing can stop you from achieving your goals. And with that, we come to the end of the summary of Goals, written by Brian Tracy. Well then, what are you waiting for? Grab a piece of paper and start writing your goals today. This is Mohita signing off for now. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead.